welcome to Basement Talk.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
We're super excited to have you on. We're big fans. I know my brother watches you all the time.
Kyler's a little nervous over there. I don't know if you can
I
tell.
met him at Paula, right? Paula.
How was he when you met him? Was he look like a goofball?
Was he cutting everybody off at the track?
I didn't see him, right? But, fuck. I don't know how our first interaction was, but...
I saw you riding the main, and I was ripping up the vet. I'm a vet track pro.
Yeah.
So,
vet track legend.
Getting arm pump after 2 laps, and then I was like, you know what? Let me go say what's up and
for sure.
see if you want to do this. And
there you
I was
go.
definitely nervous, but here we are.
Yeah, that's cool.
months later.
Yeah, I was super excited too because I know you're from Scotland.
Yep.
I lived in Scotland for a year.
Really, where at?
I lived in Cooper. I played professional soccer there.
Oh, did you
for
really?
a year? So
that's pretty cool.
I played for Wraith Rovers, Cowdenbeath, East Fife. I kind of played.
Fife. Yeah.
I
What
played
about?
all
How
around.
far were you from Glasgow?
It was like 45 minutes.
Not too bad.
No,
not too bad.
Was that where you were born in Glasgow?
Yeah.
Are you a Rangers fan?
Well, my mom's side's Celtic, my dad's side's Rangers, so it's like a bit.
You're split in the middle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle, but I'd probably go more Celtic.
Okay.
But
I've been to Celtic Park is like one of the best stadiums I've ever been to.
right, so my house, I still have a house there, and it's not that far from there at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You come over this road, then you can see the stadium. So, yeah, so let's try to go back once a year if I can, but it's pretty cool. You've been there. Not a lot of Americans have been to Scotland. So.
No.
Oh, we lived there. You even went to high school over
I went to high school.
That's impressive. You understood them all right?
It was tough. The first.
No, you know what's funny about Scotland is like you could go to one city, right? And they would speak one way, and then you go like 10 minutes down the road, and then they speak differently.
That's what you would say,
like
right?
a different country.
Like in Glasgow, they'd have like a different slang.
Yeah.
Then in like Dundee, across the bridge, it'd be totally different. So I was like, gosh, like I can't kind of keep track. And then I started like, I went to the public school and all the teachers would say like aluminium,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
aluminum,
yeah,
like
yeah.
all like different
yeah.
words and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn how to tie a tie. I've said it on our show before, but that was pretty funny too because you have to wear a tie in the school there.
Yeah.
It was. I love.
I had to wear my school uniform every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. You've been there.
When did you first like pick up a dirt bike? And was it
lift
in
it.
Scotland?
It was in Scotland. Yeah, it was. Me and my sister actually shared this little quad when I was 3, and then when I was 4, I got an LEM 50 for.
LEM?
Yeah, have you ever heard of an LEM?
What's an LEM?
I don't think they're around anymore. But it was an LEM 50, and so that was my first bike when I was 4, and haven't stopped since.
How popular is moto in Scotland?
It's not massive. It's all right, but it's not its main sport. You know, football, aka soccer, is the big sport there. But it's got a decent little championship over there, but it's not like here.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of rare for someone from Scotland to make it, to here. So it's pretty cool.
Were your parents like ever kind of afraid of you doing the whole bike thing growing up?
Not really. My dad was pretty into it, and I started out. I wasn't like the most winningest amateur, when I was younger. I was just top 5, and then we actually moved to Canada when I was 9 in 1999, funny enough, and we moved to Calgary. So when we lived there, it was for my dad's business. We'd come to California during the winter to ride just for fun, and it's so cold there in the winter.
Yeah.
And anyways, just progressed every year, and my mom and dad were pretty committed to it, and ended up
I miss Scotland.
making it a living.
I miss it. I didn't see sun though for like 3
good,
months at
I know.
a time.
I know. That's why I'm so pale. Everyone's like, you don't catch a tan. I was like, no.
No, it's pretty bad.
And then,
but I do miss it.
My son, I was like, I just want, because like my wife has a really good tan, or she's like, what is she? Half Filipino. So I just wanted like my son to have a tan. Like I didn't ask for much. I was like, just give him a tan, and he has the nicest skin. I was like, yes, because I am so pale. I just go white again.
My first day of school, I walked on the bus, and it was coming off like a California summer. I'm an Orange County boy, so I grew up here, going to the beach all summer. I walk on the bus and everyone was like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm like almost like black compared to everyone else. It was pretty crazy.
We're pale.
It was crazy.
Pale.
It was pretty insane. That I noticed that right away.
Yeah.
I looked way different than everybody, and I'm not even that dark.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Where did you move to after Canada? Like where in California?
Dude, you know where I moved to? It was San Jacinto. Do you know where that is?
No.
Hemet.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the trenches for a bit. So we
made it out the mud.
We moved there because the houses were really cheap, and San Jacinto was like past Hemet. So and we moved there like 2006 or something, and the end of 2005, I think, actually, because I got picked up by Team Green.
Ooh.
I was an amateur, and so like, you know, we were fully committing to try and, you know, make it. And what was pretty crazy is like we moved to America and everything before we even knew like I was doing this for a living, you know, like we're just chasing the dream. So it was pretty crazy. It was it was a gnarly commitment for my parents to make, not knowing if I was going to make it, you know, but we made it happen. So it's pretty cool.
And how many years was that before you went pro?
So that I was only 14 when we moved. So I turned pro when I was, I turned pro when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
So it was a good 4 or 5 years, you know, but I got that Team Green right, and I just moved up the ranks. And then the last 2 years were like the most important, right? Like that was, I had to win everything to make sure I got on a factory ride, which was the Pro Circuit Kawasaki team. I wanted to ride for them, for Mitch. And we ended up doing it, which was sick. But man, it was gnarly. It was not easy. It was stressful, and but we made it happen. But that's what kind of like gives you that chip on your shoulder too as a kid, you know? Like it was like, man, I'm either making this or I'm gonna swing a hammer with my dad. So it was like I was pretty motivated, you know. So
Do you think there's a right age to go pro too? Because you see kids nowadays, some are really young. I don't know how old Deegan was too when he turned pro, but do you think there's like a right age for people to go, or should you maybe look at your body and how you're, you know, getting built? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it just really depends on the circumstances, really. You know, there's kids like a Jet. When he was 16, I mean, he made some mistakes, but man, he was so damn good for a 16-year-old. And like, he almost won that race at, I don't know which Anaheim it was, but you know, and then he crashed in the whoops. Yeah.
Was it Ferrandis?
Ferrandis. Yeah, that one. So he went pro at the right age. His whole first year was a learning age. Then, dude, after that, he was just dominating, right? So I don't know. It's just like you kind of know. You can definitely go pro too young. But I feel like you just know when the right time is, you know?
Is it more like influential on the coaching, or is it like the actual rider that knows?
Well, it's more like the team as well, though. Like the team...
They'll know, right?
Yeah, like they're going to tell you like, oh, we want you to race or we don't want you to race, right? But to turn pro at 16 or 17, you have to be pretty damn good. And I'm not talking just A-class level in amateurs. I'm talking like actual going to Supercross. If you're going that young, then you must be pretty good, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of see how things are, you know?
Is it weird now for you, like, riding against people that grew up watching you ride?
Yeah, it's actually, it's quite funny. All these kids, like all these little 250 kids that are coming up, like I talk to a lot of them. They're just funny little bastards. And like, they're just like,
goons.
Then you ask them like what year they were born. And they'll be like, oh, 2004, 2005. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I remember when I used to say that to people and they would have that same reaction, you know? And I'm 32 now. And it's just kind of funny. You hit that different stage in life where it's just funny watching these kids, and you know, it's they're just funny. So no, it's good though. It's been a good run for me, and 15 years pro. So hopefully we can squeeze another couple years of just like, I want to do like a fun select events, fun schedule, and you know, if I can still make decent money at it, and try and squeeze another couple years, and yeah,
go out with,
because you know, when the dream's done, it's done. That's what sucks. When you really give up, like it's completely over. So I'd like to definitely try like cruise the world and race different races, and the field isn't as deep. So like, you know, I'll be up front again. I'll be winning some races again. Like, dude, you race, you know, AMA Supercross. Like, I will be battling to the death to the checkered for a top 10. Like, as if I was going for the win. You know, the class is so deep. They're so fast. It's just gnarly now. So, like, to just go have a fun couple years and win some races overseas and do a few select Supercross rounds, try crack some top 10s, and that'd be fun for me because I feel like I deserve a bit of fun after. That's like
Dino Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. Dino Worldwide. So, yeah, it's been a gnarly career.
You should do some commentating though. That would be cool.
Yeah,
you'd be good
I've
at
had
it.
a lot of people tell me that, but I don't know.
Are you not
it's
interested?
Just like, I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll see. It'd have to be a certain commentating, like definitely more track side, I think, where I can break the track down or something like that. I don't think I could see myself in the booth. You just got to be so politically correct and shit. Like fuck, big crash or something. You know what I mean? Like I won't even like be thinking it will just happen. It's actually quite funny because I was watching the UFC on the weekend, and Michael Bisping had one of those moments, and he just splurged out with some shit that he would just say at home, and then you could tell like it got real quiet for a minute. They'll probably give him shit on the headset, but yeah, commentating is definitely something that we could probably do. But I think Cincerello will be really good at that job, and I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future.
What's your favorite SoCal track?
Favorite SoCal track? Oh, man. They're slowly diminishing, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's literally like there's Pala, there's Paris, there's Glen Helen, Elsinore. I think that's it, right?
What's the one?
I mean, you could go up to like LACR or something, which is miles away. But I don't know. Pala's always pretty good.
It's
you know,
nice.
it's convenient. It's a good track. They do a good job. Quite like Pala.
It would be so cool if they had one in Orange County. I was talking to people about that. I'm like, man, what can we do to put one in Irvine or something?
Yeah. I think there
crazy.
used to be a track in Irvine back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it was, I can't remember what it was called.
I think it was
next
to the
kind of
toll
off
road.
the 241
Yeah.
back in the day, but yeah.
What was your training schedule like back when you were more up and coming, like 18 years old, and then to now, and then kind of your diet?
Yeah, so my riding and training when I was younger was like I just rode so much. Like I had this guy helping me. His name was Sam, and he was a massive help to me. And he would like really focus on my riding with me. And we would go out. We'd wake up early, go into the hills at 8 o'clock. We'd do like an hour and a half worth of corner drills, stand-up motos, figure eights, circle drills, do all these like fundamentals. And then from there, load the bike back up and then go to that track when the track would open. So then we'd be at the track at like 10. And then we would do our motos there, you know, our 20, 30-minute motos, whatever we were doing that day. And I rode more than anybody. Like even when I went to Mitchie's, the pro circuit, like I was wearing out chain guides like every week because I'd be riding the corner track so much. Like all the ruts would be scraping them. And like, so I just rode a lot. And then, but as you get older, you're not a young spring chicken no more, so you kind of have to like pick and choose your battles when you're going to go hard, you know, like especially now I'm 32 and I've had 5 ACLs on my left knee. Like
your knee looks insane, by the way.
My knees looks buckled.
Yeah, that's like kind of purple.
That thing
too.
has seen war.
It really has. This thing is weathered. So I've had 5 ACLs. I've got an artificial ACL in it now that I had to go to Canada to get.
Wow.
But so I can still get by. Just outdoors, I can't really do that well. It's just too much grinding and wear and tear on it because it's all bone on bone. I need a knee replacement. So now I can get by, but I just got to be smart with everything with my training and my riding. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. I can't run. I got to cycle, swim. Always go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's just my knee is what definitely has held me back in my career throughout the end. Like I'd probably say the last 7 years, it's kind of like I've thrown a Band-Aid over my knee and been able to get by, but just not being I could never be at my full potential because I'd stab it on the ground once and it just puff up and I have to get it drained. And then it's been rough, but I've been also proud of how far I've made it with it, right? Like it's like a old soldier on the battlefield limping along with his gun. You know what I mean? Like, we're still getting by.
Going through the trenches.
Yeah, it's just the knees. Just I blew it out so many times. It's so.
What about the bum injury?
The bum injury.
Was that the last year on Rockstar?
Yeah, 2022.
That was crazy.
I know. It's just like
these guys might not know about that.
Yeah.
Too,
So I was racing in St. Louis, and it was a Triple Crown. In the first race, I had it. I'm really good in the whoops, and on the Husky, I just couldn't go through the whoops on that thing, and it just never would be straight. And anyways, I got like huckabucked, and I hit the side barrier of the finish line. And just the way it all angled and how it happened, the foot peg went straight through my ass cheek. Holy and
got a second asshole.
Yeah, it was
literally
gnarly.
Holy shit.
And I got up and I thought, I was like, damn, is this I thought I did my hip or something, because I don't know, I get up and then I just feel warm like liquid running down my leg, and I have no idea still. Like I'm like
you were like
yeah.
Well, you're
I
in
was
shock.
bleeding out
You're in
bad.
shock, probably.
Yeah. And then the medic unit guy comes over and he's like, oh, and like he starts to panic, and I'm like, oh shit, like what's going on? And he's wrapping me up, and then what pissed me off was like that was like lap 2 of the race, and they didn't red flag it, and I just had to stand at the side bleeding out.
Was it the first race too?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I was just had to watch them go by
People were just
every lap,
flying
and
by
I couldn't run across, and
Bro.
the worst was like the rite of shame out of the stadium. Like I was like, here, just like let me just sit on the unit and go by. But dude, I was straight like on a backboard on my belly, fucking ass hanging out, on my elbows, like I just got a BBL surgery or something. And just like the rite of shame out of the stadium. I was like, oh my God.
You just got a BBL.
Oh my God.
And then I didn't know how bad it was, and I get to the Alpine Star medic unit, and I'm like, hey, like just stitch this thing up. I'll go out for next race. Like it's fine. And then like, no, like, because they always try and send you in an ambulance all the time. And then, you know, when you get that ambulance bill, I'm so tired. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm not going in an ambulance. Yeah. And then Doc Barner's like, Dean, you're getting in that ambulance. I'm not going to tell you again. And I was like, fuck, all right. So then we go, and then, yeah, I guess it was pretty bad. And then I just saw the thing I always remember, I get into the ambulance, and I'm on my belly, and the pain is slowly starting to come back, I think, once the adrenaline wore down.
Yeah.
And the ambulance guy is like, all right, we're going to give you fentanyl. And like, all I think of like fentanyl is like the bad shit, right? I'm like, whoa, no, I don't want fentanyl. He's like, no, this is the medical, grade. Like, you're fine. Like, da-da. I'm like, no. Like, do we have anything other than fentanyl? And he's like, no, this is what you're having. I was like, oh, fuck, all right, I guess.
Damn.
And then he just shot me with fentanyl.
He was off the
and it honestly wasn't. I don't know. It was like, it just like ran through me, kind of. It would last like 8 minutes, and then it would just be like, the pain would be back. Like, give me more.
Shitty fent.
But yeah, so anyways, long story short, went to the hospital, had like 5 doctors just picking in my ass. And
Wow.
Were you conscious when?
yeah, no, I was like talking like this. Like I was pretty mellow
really?
like this. But then like the pain would just get worse and worse and worse. And then
That's terrible.
yeah, it was not ideal for sure. So the scary thing was I had to go in for emergency surgery, and if the foot peg would have went through like pretty much my shit peg, I would have had to wake up with a bag out my stomach, and I'd be shitting into a bag, right? So in surgery, they're like, all right, we're going to check it out. Like, you may wake up with a bag out your stomach. I'm like, oh, fuck. Dude. All right, so go in for surgery, and then like I like barely like just come awake and open my eyes and just like feeling my... And I didn't
Making
feel
sure you don't have a
Thank
bag.
God.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I had to have like 3 surgeries, and yeah, I lost a lot of blood, so I went anemic, which was gnarly. They didn't give me a blood transfusion because they tried not to. So, dude, I was pale as a sheep, and like, it was rough for like a couple months. Being anemic was gnarly. I didn't even know like what that meant until I had it. And I would be sitting like this, and then I'd go to get up out of the chair, and I would just like almost collapse, like, because your blood level's so low. But that's what's so crazy about like the human body. Like, it just heals itself, and blood builds up, you know?
Kind of like when you're on the
Your
toilet
hemoglobin
too long.
level is what it's called. My hemoglobin level was really low. So that took a while, and my chick was a star. She had to clean my ass out every day, twice a day. She'd pack it, because, dude, they just left the wound open. They didn't, like, sew up.
What?
Because it was such a big hole.
It's like a chunk.
And the foot pegs are so sharp.
Yeah,
So that thing probably
it was such a...
cut deep.
Dude, it was a gap, and it was just a huge hole in my ass cheek.
Did they ever fill it?
No, they would just pack it with gauze. And then every day, Sarah would have to take it out, clean it.
Were you guys married at this point? No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, dang,
She's a keeper
good
for
girl.
sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, she's.
I don't think a chick would do that for me.
She even had to wipe my ass. So that's a real relationship test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something.
How did you meet your girl?
She used to work at Tilted Kilt back in the day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so,
That's
Tilted kilt?
It's
Yeah,
like,
back
it's
in
like
Temecula.
Arizona
So-
Hooters.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd go in there. Here and I didn't go in there that much. And then actually Josh Hansen's sister worked there and she connected us. And then
Wow.
that was it. So
Other than
Yeah.
that injury, how do you deal with arm pump as well? Because have you had surgery on
yeah,
arm?
I've had 2 surgeries. Yeah, I don't know. I've always struggled with arm pump, and it's like there's a lot of things you can do, and then sometimes like you feel like you've done everything and you're still getting it. It's like, and then sometimes it's a mental thing. There's so many things that it could be.
I do
It could be
half
your bike.
a lap, dude. And
It could be your bike setup. It could be you're gripping too much. You know, it could be you're not in shape. It could. There's so many things it could be. It's crazy, but sometimes see when you somehow figure it out and do get rid of it, it doesn't even run through your mind. Like you go on your bike and arm pump's not. You don't even question
Yeah.
it. But then when you have arm pump, you're like you're sitting on the start line like, fuck, when am I going to pump up? You know. So it's like you'll race at like 80% instead of 100% because you don't want to blow your arms up, you know. And it's when your arms get pumped up, it may look like you're tired and fading out there, but really you're not. You just can't hang on to the bars, you know. So it's a tough one. So yeah, I've had surgery. I went to Belgium to get surgery once, and like they actually like if you look like they cut out muscle because I was getting like wrist pump at first.
Wow.
Do you see that?
yeah.
So like there's no muscle in there, and that actually worked out good.
It's like down on your bone.
Yeah.
There's like a
Because dude, my wrist, I used to get wrist pump and it'd just be so swollen right here. So then they cut that out. And then I went and got another surgery where did they cut? I don't know, somewhere right here. And it's when you get it like, dude, it's nothing. It's like so jiggly. Like there's no muscle or nothing. That one worked really good, but it probably only lasted like a year.
So Kobe, Zach, he did this so that you could get surgery where you literally don't. Well, how long did it last?
like a year.
A year. Okay.
A year and a half.
So what's like the objective of the surgery?
No, you don't get arm pump. So they take.
So it's
what do
like,
they take out?
think about it like if you're doing pull-ups and you're just hanging on and then your arms pump up and you lose your grip strength. That's just like riding your back, like racing.
Do
like
all
you
the
lose your
guys
grip
have
strength after. I feel like a lot of people struggle with it. Not everyone, but a lot of people. But a lot of the time you just got to fight through it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like you got to ride the bike better. You got to loosen your grip. You got to like figure it out because you don't have a choice. Like there's been races outdoors I've had arm pump at 10 minutes in and I have another 25 minutes to go. So it's like you got to figure it out. You got to slow your pace down and get like a rhythm and a flow. And sometimes you can get rid of it and sometimes it's just a battle to the end. So
And if you don't deal with it, can it lead to like a serious injury?
oh yeah, because you don't have strength. It's hard to hold on.
You could.
But generally for me, once I get it really bad, the next like during the outdoors, first motos I always got it really bad. Second motos I didn't get it at all. So I would be good second motos, but first ones I always struggled with my arms. So
Wow.
Are they drug testing too in Supercross or motocross?
Yeah.
Because we do stuff for the UFC gym.
Yeah.
And we're around these fighters, and then I don't know what the organization's called, but they just come
USADA.
in. USADA.
Yeah.
They come in and literally just out of the blue and surprise
You don't
the
know
people.
when they're coming.
Yeah, and then these guys are now pissing in a cup. It's pretty crazy, but I always wondered like if they do that for the sport.
yeah, no, they do. They do. It's actually quite funny because I've been drug tested multiple times, but then 2018, me and Jason, don't know how like we got picked, but we were on the watch list. So
He's always on the watch
it's
list.
such a pain in the ass because like you have to mark everywhere you are all the time. So it's like, okay, I'm here right now. So you'd have to mark that you're here. And it's just like, after a while, it just gets so old. You're like, I cannot wait to be off this thing. So they showed up probably 3 or 4 times to me, like to my house randomly. And the one time they showed up to my house and they were banging on the door and I was at the test track. And I like stopped marking it after a while because I was so over it. And I was at the test track and my wife calls and like these guys are from like Europe, right? And he's holding a duffel bag. And so there's like, some guys parked on our driveway And he's
Wow.
banging on the door
That's
like, who is this? I don't know who this
dang.
is. And she's freaking out. I was like, I don't know. I'm such a dick. I was like, just answer it. So she answers it, and it was the WADA guy. It was WADA back then. And then so the guy came to the test track, and me and Jason had a peanut cup at the track.
What team was that?
Huh?
That was Husky.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Rockstar
Okay.
Husky back then. And then, yeah, like Jason was at, we used to go to this taco place called Rocco's Tacos in Orlando. And they came there, straight there, and he had a peanut cup in the restaurant. They were gnarly.
It was so random though, because we do a lot with the UFC, and they drug tested Rafa Garcia, who doesn't have a fight coming up, Dan Argueta, who doesn't have a fight, and then Danny Silva, who was in there, he has a fight.
Yeah.
But they didn't drug test him. It was like totally random.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It was
They're
super weird.
they're trying to catch him off guard, I'm sure too.
Yeah, it was interesting.
That could be true.
Touching on the UFC, who's your favorite in the UFC right now? That's like active.
Honestly, right now, I gotta say Pereira.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a
Just because, like, I don't know, like, I just like how he just took that McGregor fight, like, on the spot, won it.
McGregor?
And
yeah. Wait.
No, yeah.
no, what was that UFC? Was it 301?
Oh, because that was
Yeah.
the McGregor.
That's supposed to be the
Oh,
McGregor
yeah, yeah,
fight.
yeah.
And,
He
and like,
stepped in.
he
Got it.
saved the whole show.
On
The
late
whole card.
notice.
He's done that like 2-3 times.
Yeah, that's why, like, I respect it. And
He's
just
undeniable.
a savage.
he
Yeah.
is. He's gonna. I mean, I think he's gonna box Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Or
they-
No way, Dana ain't letting that happen.
Yeah.
Hell
No.
no.
What
John
about him
Jones?
versus John Jones?
I
though?
think Aspinall should get John Jones.
I think winner of Aspinall and Jones.
Yeah, I like quite a few of them. I mean, McGregor was my favorite for sure, but just like lately he's been kind of pissing
Are there any
me
Scottish UFC
Yeah.
fighters right now coming up?
Yeah.
Patty is Patty.
No.
No,
Scottish?
he's
Paddy's-
English.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? They call him Bear Jew.
Bear
Oh
Jew.
shoot! I know who you're talking about.
Craig, is it Craig?
Craig Jones?
No. No,
No,
that's the wrestler.
that's the jiu-jitsu guy.
That's the wrestler. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. That guy's so funny.
I forgot. I know Bear Jew is what they call him. But yeah, there's him. I don't know if there's any up and coming ones, but
That's cool.
yeah, I was a big McGregor guy. Always liked McGregor. Just wish you'd like get back.
Get in the
Fucking-
ring. Yeah.
What's
For
your
sure.
What's your playlist like before a race? Like, what kind of music?
I'm kind of all over the place. I like rap. I like house, EDM. And then like I can even go back to like old school like rock. Like so I'm kind of all over. But
You're a Canada guy, Drake.
mostly rap.
Drake or
Drake.
Kendrick?
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Canada.
Yeah.
Drake beat Kendrick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like
No.
that's a tough one. I mean, I'm on Drake. I'm Drake.
I
all
like
my
Family
boys give me
Matters.
shit. All my boys give me shit, but like I'm a Drake guy. Always having from like since like 09,
Yeah.
like from the beginning, right? And then obviously all this beef happened, and then but the thing was like, okay, this is the thing that made Kendrick's thing so good because it was a good catchy song, right? Like
Yeah.
even when it's on the radio, like hey, I have Drake's back so hard, I'll like turn it over.
Yeah.
You know? And if I hear it, I'll even catch myself like, you know, like
Oh,
it's
shit.
a catchy song. It's
Yeah.
a bop.
It's
Like
good,
everyone's
yeah.
just like, so. Anyways, but then he's calling him like a pedophile and shit, and it's just like not true.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
That's
like,
not
how
true.
true is that?
But I don't think it's
I mean,
true.
we don't
It's
know.
definitely
We
not
don't
true.
know.
Well, obviously, we all hope it's not true.
Yeah.
In
Like,
the
that's
beginning,
terrible.
everyone was like, "Oh my gosh," and then now everyone's like,
I don't think he's a
minor.
pedo, but I'm-
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I
sucks.
mean.
Yeah.
So,
so
it's
bad.
just like, I don't. Yeah, that's not facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
No, that's how
I don't know.
I
I
wanna-
think Drake's just waiting for his time, and then he's gonna like.
He's gonna come back.
I don't think he'll come back. I just think he's gonna have like a good album or something.
Yeah, he
that's
always
what I was
does.
gonna
He
say. I
never
want to see
misses.
what.
But like,
he does.
I don't think he can compete with that song because it was just such a hit. Like, it was like when Drake did back to back with.
Yeah. He
was
killed
it back to
Lil
back.
Baby.
No,
No, he
the
killed
Meek Mill
Meek.
one.
He killed
Oh,
Meek
Meek
Mill.
Mill.
It was
Yeah, yeah. That
was
Pusha
on back-
T?
no.
No.
no,
He
it's
didn't
the
respond to
Meek Mill
Pusha
one
T.
back to
It
back.
was.
So, anyways, it was like, anyways.
Drake's had his dubs.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's
but-
tough. It's tough.
I want to know why everyone turned on him.
Dean took it personal. I think
I
it's
did.
I think it's the pedophile thing though. Like you call somebody a pedophile, there's no coming back from that. Like
No, but why did everyone like he had beef with like everyone went
I
for
think
Drake?
the
I think it
whole
also
West Coast came
Future,
together.
Future, The Weeknd, Kanye jumped in there.
Yeah,
but,
he always
and then
does.
Who else?
Rick Ross.
Oh my God.
Rick Ross got jumped in Canada, dude.
And
He
then
got beat up.
there's so.
You know,
Obviously.
Zach's a rapper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like not like Drake, but like almost Kendrick.
All right.
No,
all right.
He's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's on
Maybe we'll
SoundCloud.
Do it on
freestyle after
SoundCloud.
or
Yeah, we
something.
might have to hit a
Yeah.
Dean Wilson freestyle.
There we go.
That might be lit.
Yeah.
If you could compare yourself to like say like a UFC fighter or another athlete in another sport, who would it be?
That's a good question. Fuck, I don't know. Let me think here. Someone that like works hard, but like also has fun. That's kind of like my
Little
program.
Patty Pimblett.
Yeah, like nah.
Nah.
I can't even think right now.
God, that is
For UFC
I'm even
or, like,
thinking
any-
No,
this
any
too.
sport.
That's like
Oh,
that is a
dude,
hard
I already
question.
got one in my head.
Who?
Like Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Ooh.
I don't know
Because
who
he's
that
a
is.
legend in soccer.
He's got the long hair.
He's a legend. He's won trophies. He's had like knee problems too.
Oh, really?
And then he's like kind of older now where he's like exiting out, but
Yeah.
he's like a legend. Like
Yeah.
he'll forever be a legend.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like off the top of my head. What I could think of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chuck
I don't know.
Liddell.
He's got a little McGregor.
He definitely has his fun.
Chuck Liddell has his fun. He's
Yeah.
We
I've
heard his
seen-
stories.
I've seen Liddell a few times back in the day.
It's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I like, you know who I do like? I like the Volk.
Yeah.
I really like the Volk's almost hard to hate. You know what I mean? He's just like a cool ass guy.
Who's next for him? Like, what's his next move?
I don't know. These last two fights have been rough on him.
be tough.
2 knockouts, right?
Yeah. I think after if Holloway and Taporia they're fighting,
Oh,
they're probably gonna win.
that Holloway fight was
Dude.
one of the best. Was probably the best fight I've ever seen in my life.
We were in
Oh,
Vegas.
yeah, we were in Vegas. You like
night
everybody,
was
the whole city was
crazy.
screaming.
The whole city was
like,
shook.
that
nuts.
was insane.
That
Would
was
you ever
crazy.
do a UFC fight with Vince Freeze?
Fuck, dude. All he has to do is kick my knee and that thing
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah, he's got.
I
a
better
weak
have
foot.
some good stand-up game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll give it a crack. Honestly,
What's the
I'm
deal
not
with
even gonna
that,
lie.
man?
Vince is he does like UFC classes and shit.
really?
Yeah, he is pretty strong. I'll give it to him. But
You got to be careful then after the races, you know. Chirping
nah,
at
I'll
him.
still bark.
Yeah.
If I get laid out, that's my own problem. You know what I mean?
If you were stranded on an island and you had to pick one rider from the 250 class right now and one rider from the 450 class, who would you pick?
All right, what? Just like as homies, like to hang with?
Yeah, or like
And survive.
Or yeah, they'll help you survive. Like
There's a track on the island.
some might be more.
Maybe 2
some
and
might be
2.
annoying. I don't know. Or yeah, 2 and 2.
Damn. Ah, man.
Just breaking hearts out here.
There's so many 250 guys. Let me think. That's a tough one. It's a real tough one. I'm gonna have to go with my little buddy Dax Bannock. He's gonna be useless though. He's gonna be. There's nothing he's gonna bring to the table. He probably can't start a fire. You know. He probably can't catch fish.
He's just a chiller.
But we would have some laughs for sure. Yeah, that's I don't know. That would go 250, 450.
You need a survivalist.
Man, a survivalist. I feel like someone that like knows how to work on their own bikes and shit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
real survivalist. But I don't even know who.
Throw a privateer in there. It's a funny question, dude.
Yeah, it's hard.
Fuck, I don't know. Who's good at working on their own bikes?
Okay.
I don't know.
I saw Chase Sexton surfs. Maybe he can catch some fish too.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Oh, come on. I'm trying to think. Who is just a grafter?
What about Webb?
Webb.
He's an animal.
Cooper's a
Zach
dog
likes
for
Cooper
sure.
Webb.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
El Hombre.
Honestly, Jason's going to be absolutely useless. There's nothing that Jason would bring to the table on a deserted island. I don't think.
Jason.
Oh my god.
He would sit there and just wait for you to supply something. He would keep starving. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man, why can I not think? I'm just trying to think of. No, I'm just mind bonking right now. I think Phil Nicolay would be a good one actually. You know, he'd be willing to put in his dues and go pick the coconuts off the tree and camp. You know, stoke a fire and
Do what needs to be done.
yeah. He would definitely. He'd be a good teammate for that for sure.
What about like a night out?
A night out?
Yeah, I bet some of those guys are fun.
He's taking all the guys he
I've
didn't want
had
to take to
nights
the
out with
island.
almost all of them.
Yeah, I bet they're
And
all
I'd probably
fun.
say the best ones we've had is with Jason for sure.
Jason's cool.
Yeah, we
Party
always-
animal?
Huh?
He's a party animal?
No, we just have a good laugh. He's
that's
just
fun.
funny. He's just funny. So you know, some things you just gotta keep under wraps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we've had a few good times. Obviously, he was my teammate for a long time, but we just had some fun for sure over the years. Like, dude, our old boss who looked after us so good, Bobby Hewitt. We would just do the dumbest shit, and Bobby took it well because Bobby looked after us since I was like 16.
Wow.
Bobby looked after me, and same as Jason. So like we were like almost like his second kids, right? And I remember Bobby this one time was like, he was like, "Oh, I got this meeting. You guys stay up there and be quiet." And then so when they have meetings, the front of the lounge, they close the door, and he was like having a meeting. But I don't think it was a serious meeting. And we had a Bluetooth speaker. So we had it in there before the meeting, and then I just start playing porn super loud on the speaker, and it was wide open. And Bob was like, "What? Like, where the fuck is that coming from?" Me and Jason are just dying. We're like crying, laughing, and it's just literally the loudest porn. And fuck, just shit like that. Like we just mess with Bobby all the time. There was this other time, Jason was such a shit. Bobby was at Baker's factory, and like, you know, while we're doing mows and stuff, they go on the mules and drive around and watches and stuff. Jason got like shit spray pretty much. You know the spray that smells like shit? Yeah. He sprayed it all in Bobby's hat.
Oh no.
I don't even know if Bobby knows
That's
this.
actually.
And Bobby was wearing it all day. And Bobby keeps like, "Fuck, it smells like shit." Like, and he couldn't pinpoint where it was. And he was like, all day he's like, "It smells like shit today." Oh yeah. So
He had shit in his head.
we seriously just had the funnest times. Like it was a good time back then.
Oh,
And
that's
our
classic.
team back then was so sick. We had Mohead, he was my mechanic, Bobby, Scuba, Jason, Zach, Mitchell Harrison was part of it then. Oh man, there's just a good group of people. CeeLo, dude, the whole team was just like, we vibed so good and like worked hard together. And so that was a really fun year from like 17 to 20. And then the teams kind of started to change things. Corporate did and whatever. But from those years were super fun. It was good.
What I love about like, especially your content, your social media, is my brother watches dirt bike races like day in, day
Religiously.
out, weekends.
Yeah, I have that weird addiction.
I discovered you from the Grandpa Earl video.
Yeah.
So talking about comedy, what made you do that, or how did that start? That video is legendary.
Yeah,
Like,
that thing hit for sure. I was like, got like 27 million views.
Wow.
But how that happened was 2018 summer, I had 2 torn ACLs, both of them. And I got them one done, and then 2 weeks later I got the other done. So I was like laid out, right? So I just had lots of time healing up. And obviously I think like Bad Grandpa maybe came out that year or something like that. I thought that was funny. And then I seen some grandpa skits on on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, we should do that." And so one of my good friends, Chris, he's a stuntman, so he's in the Hollywood industry, and one of the other stuntmen was a makeup artist, and he did a lot of the makeup and stuff for like the Hollywood people. So anyways, we got him to do the makeup, which is like a full ordeal. It's like if you're sitting in a chair for 5 hours.
Wow.
And so we did it just for fun. No plan, no nothing. We went out to Pala. My buddy Chris films. We got a mic. And we're just like, let's just freestyle it. Like, and we went that day and everyone was there. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Was it planned? Because like Brian was there, Hayden was there, Axel was there.
Yeah.
Got everybody.
Yeah, all the star boys. So it was just a good day to do it. There's so many people there. And yeah, we just kind of like winged it. And then we put up whatever, we posted it, and then it just like, dude, it just started blowing up like crazy. Lad Bible and like all these big, accounts were messaging us to use the footage. Because it's weird. They always want to like not repost it. They take your video and kind of make their own. It's weird.
They like tag it. And
Yeah, they would tag me and stuff, but like
we've seen that with our own content.
yeah, they would
put
like
their
they would ask you
watermark.
for permission to use it, and I'm like, yeah, it's Lad Bible, but like instead of just they don't repost they make their own.
They twist it.
They cut it and all that.
they don't tag.
Which is kind of weird, but I don't know, whatever. It was fun. It was just something to do. It was a good laugh, and then yeah, it worked good. Like.
What's crazy is when you took the helmet off at the end, like your makeup and everything still looked good.
I know, and I had no cheek pads either, which is so sketchy. I just got because I didn't want to mess up the makeup.
Okay.
So like I had no cheek pads. The helmet's all loose and shit.
Banging around.
Yeah, it was funny, but nah, it was good. It was.
How was it taking that makeup off though?
No, that took like an hour and a half, 2 hours as well.
Bro.
When
You
did
thought,
they catch on?
I thought it would just like come off easy,
Like a
but
rip.
it's super glued on there. Yeah, it sucks.
Do you have to like stand still the whole time too?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't
when did
do
they
that.
catch on to it? Like way at
Some
the end?
people did, some people didn't. But I think that's just what was funny.
What
like,
about your accent too? You
Well,
hid that.
that's
you were
thing.
acting well.
Yeah, like that's hard to act as a grandpa and looking at people that you know and talk to all the time. Yeah, like you're just waiting for them to call you out, but they're still trying to figure it out. And like I'd never done a grandpa voice till that day, and I was like, holy shit! Like when we were driving into the track, like I go to Paula all the time and see the lady at the front all the time. And I was shitting myself just at that part. I'm like,
You're
oh,
signing
man.
the clipboard.
Yeah,
and
but
you're like,
once I did it more and more, I got a little bit more confident. But it was hard. I had to like lock in. It was really hard. I'm like looking at like Colton Nichols, who I've known forever, and he's looking at me up and down, trying to figure it out. But he can't figure it out. But he's like, something's off here, and I'm trying to just like not laugh and stay locked in. Oh, it's hard. That's why I had the grandkid though. So
threw them.
like just to try to make me look a bit more legit,
Yeah,
right?
throw it off a little bit.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's so funny.
Dan Bilzerian.
that was
nuts,
cool
too.
as well. Yeah, he the end of 2018. Yeah, the guy that worked for Ignite, his name was Eric, and he messaged me, and it was funny because it was in my request, and I thought it was almost spam. And anyways, I was like, oh, I'll message back. So anyways, message back, and yeah, ended up getting me hooked up with Ignite, and then went to Dan Bilzerian's, went to a couple of his parties, which was crazy.
Bet.
Super cool.
It's nuts, especially 2018. That's like peak.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
I've never met a dude that's been there. We know like a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
we
girls.
know
we
a
know
couple
chicks that have
girls.
been
Yeah,
there.
that's cool.
So we went to his one party. It was Valentine's Day, and it was Angels and Demons theme, right? So when you go into the gate, like everyone signs an NDA. Go in there, and there must have been 350 girls, and like, dude, I got to bring my own crew as well, which was sick. I brought
that's
10
fire.
people with me.
El Hombre?
No, he didn't come. He was in Florida, I think. But so, yeah, I brought 10 people with me. And yeah, there's like 350 girls and probably 52 guys.
That's
and it was
perfect.
like everyone was like a celebrity. Like I bumped into Cowboy Cerrone. Like,
That's
the hell? Like I was
awesome.
Yeah.
random. Like why is
That's a
Cerrone
trip.
here? And then OBJ was there. And then any basketball player you could see from a mile away because he was a taller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just cool. And Cardi B performed, and no, it was good fun. Like, so that was a fun time for sure.
How long did it take to film that video? Because I saw you guys were in the river. You guys were like, you're riding all over.
Yeah,
Like,
so
what was that process?
We did the one part the one day, and then like a couple days later we went to the house because it was a mission to get to the house. It's pretty far, but man, that mansion was cool. And yeah, my buddy brought like the little ramp,
That
and we're on the
jump was
roof of his
sketchy.
house, and yeah, like
That is
jump over
sketchy,
it and
dude.
blew out my front wheel, and like yeah, it was sketchy, but
and
it
you
was
jumped
fun.
in, the roof was like,
Well, I guess when I landed, like the whole house shaked, and he had like a lot of workers working in there, like
no
for
way.
Ignite, and they came running up, like, "What the hell was that?" Like freaking out, and like I think they actually had to get some repairs after that done, but
Burning out in the backyard.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get afraid braking on a tabletop on the vet track if there's a quick turn. I can't imagine a window with a 50-foot
That was a
drop.
balcony. Yeah, it was a balcony. I
Like-
was shit myself for sure.
Oh my gosh.
what do you guys do when there's like vet track riders on the main track?
Just gotta be careful.
Is that like annoying though? You guys got to kind of like bump them away and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it used to be. I mean, when you're like there training and you're like chasing your lap times every lap, and you know, but at the same time, it's everyone's track. But I used to always lose my cool because I'm working, right? Like I'm trying to, and I just get like irritated really easy when I'm riding.
It's your job.
But it's everyone's track. So, you know, now that I'm not really racing outdoors, it's like if someone gets my way, it's whatever. But I mean, there's definitely been times where I just get mad. But then once I'm in the pits, I'm fine. Like it's whatever. But yeah, you just got to be careful because like when 2018 after Supercross, I already had a torn ACL. I was racing with a torn ACL. Wow. And I get to Glen Helen and this kid tries racing me. And this was kind of my fault because I started losing my cool. Like he looks back and sees me instead of just, I'm doing my mole, like, and he sees me, he's trying to race me. And like I'm getting really frustrated because he's roosting me. And like, it's just not cool what he was doing. So anyways, I go to pass him and there's this really fast like jump and he cross jumps me in the air and it hits my front tire. So I land and I barely save it and I smashed my foot so hard on the ground and I just felt my knee pop. And that's when so then my other knee was torn.
Bro.
So I could already race with the one, but I couldn't race with two. So yeah, I had to get double knee reconstruction from someone trying to race me.
So that kid is he's just trying to be like
I don't know what his deal was.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was really frustrating.
That's almost like the pros should have their own like couple hours
well,
to train.
yeah, they sometimes most of the time they do sometimes they do rent the track out. Like you know, KTM, Cowie, they'll work together and rent a track. And that's the best. Then there's at least a good 12 of us that are good, you know?
Solid guys.
Yeah. So that's the best way to do it for sure. But at the same time, it's everyone's track. Partially, that was my fault because I lost my cool. And that, like, if I would have just been more composed, I'm sure I maybe wouldn't have got hurt. But you can't help when someone cross jumps you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, yes, I'm on a private jet, and none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Zil Media. If you need any social media or any content done, or even start a podcast like ours, they are the best in the business. Go to zilmedia.com and mention Basement Talk for a discount on their services. Now let's get back to the episode.
Let's get off this fake jet. Go get back to the episode.
Yeah, our dad races too, and they go and they're always like kind of going head to head.
Yeah, but
even
we're
my
not
dad's still. My
anywhere
dad's
near-
faster than him.
No,
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
No,
it is,
that's
it is.
bullshit.
No, I'm
dinosaurs
serious.
No,
still
dude.
got you.
Yeah.
No, dude.
They
No,
come back from the
my
track
dad
and
can
they're
hit a
chirping.
whip too.
I mean,
Can he?
Yeah.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
He
he rides a
still can.
KX, dude. Yamahas
funny.
are winning.
Bresh's
everything, so-
factory.
Nah.
That's good shit. No, that's cool. It's good. It's good. Like, it is a good family sport, you know?
Yeah. It's a cool thing to do on the weekends,
It's just
especially out
like,
here.
that's why you need to learn how to ride properly, though, in control, right? So, like, you're not yard sealing yourself every time you're out there.
Do you see maybe your son following your footsteps?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If it's got, like, it's hard because it would be cool because it's something that I know what I'm actually talking about. What if he just wants to go play football or something, right? Like, I don't know anything about that, so I can't help that much. But I can definitely guide him on whatever he wants to do. I mean, racing would be cool. It's expensive, you know what I mean? But if he's into it, then for sure. But yeah, we'll see.
Is he's still so young, but does he understand what you do for work?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, my wife always puts on the TV when I'm racing and stuff, and like he'll go on his little Strider and watch, which is cool. But yeah, he's just not there yet. He's not there yet. So maybe in a couple years. Yeah, in a couple
still a
years he
baby.
will
Yeah.
for sure.
He'll be able to remember
Yeah, my
it and
kid's a
everything.
big kid though. He's in the 99 percentile, so it's like
Oh, wow.
he's massive. He wears like a 4 or 5 t-shirt. So like he's a little unit. So he might be like a rugby player or something. I
Yeah,
don't
might
know.
have to put him on
Maybe
the field.
UFC. Maybe get him on the map.
He's a little
you know?
grappler.
Yeah.
That might be raw.
That
So-
would be really cool.
We'll see. We'll see.
I want to go back to your career a little bit, and because you went pro in 2010. Did you think that you would get to first, like be the champion as fast as you did?
No, I always tell my friends that I peaked too early.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to take like 5 years to get to that point. No, it was like crazy. 2010, I had a really good year. I was rookie of the year. And then, Yeah, 2011, I won. I got second in Supercross behind Barsha. I blew that championship. And then, so I was pretty upset with that. And then I came out outdoors swinging and won that. And then, yeah, from there, 2012 was battling for the championship, popped my shoulder. 2013 was battling for the championship, collapsed my lung, and I broke my back. Just like, not a bad back break though. It was like, it's very small. And then, so that was 13 wiped. 14, I blew that one. I actually got a foot peg on the back of my knee, which was super gnarly.
Ooh, bro.
It was like, dude, it was a massive cut. So anyways, so then like all these years I was chasing the Supercross championship because I had it outdoor, but I really wanted to, and every year I was contending for it. Like had the red plate and I would get hurt, you know, and some of them wasn't even my fault that I got hurt. Some of them was bike failures and stuff like that, which happens in the sport. But, so then I was like, you know what, 2014, I had a pretty good year, and I was like, I'm just going to give up the dream of chasing this rabbit of getting the championship on the 250. Like, it's time to move on, you know, let that dream go. So then I signed with Factory KTM, and I was Dungey's teammate. 2015, second race, blew my knee out. This was the first of the knee injuries. 2016, crazy enough, come back. It was like a day apart, and it blew my knee out again, same knee. Dude, so then I blew out. That was like the best team out there. I was Dungey's teammate. 15, 16, I barely even raced. So they caught me. So then 2017, I started out as a privateer in a van with my dad. Within 3 races, I was on Factory Husky. Got 2 podiums that year. Got 4th in outdoors. I think I got 8th in Supercross. Like, had a really good year for just coming back. Signed another year with Husky, which would have been 2018. Blew it both. I was racing with a 20 ACL.
Oh my
God. And then that story that I just told. So that was 2018, knees. 2019. Oh, so summer of 2018, I actually lost my Husky ride because Zach Osborne was moving up. And Husky was like, we only want 2 riders on 450. So I was getting pushed out, and I had 2 blown knees. I was down bad. So Husky America still wanted me, and Rockstar still wanted me, but Austria didn't really want me. Like, it's pretty cutthroat. Like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, you're out, which is fine. It's business. But I was like down bad with my knees and whatever. So 2018, I come back. I start training for 2019 Supercross, and I just like, dude, I was so fired up. And then 2019, I came in as a privateer. Rockstar and Husky helped me, but I was like a little side project, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, actually, a week before the first round, they wanted me back on the team. And I was like, dude, I just did all this work. You guys didn't want me 3 months ago. Now you want me? Like, I had Ignite, you know, I had...
what made them switch up like that?
Because they only wanted 2 450 guys. Oh, because Zach got hurt.
He got hurt. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I come in as a privateer and almost won A1 that year. Wow. I led it for 15 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes, I got like water in my goggles and like I had a little bit of goggle malfunction. Which, whatever, I ended up 4th, but still, it was a good ride. And then, yeah, in a couple of rounds, I was back on Factory Husky. I was like, you guys just should have kept me. Yeah. I told you to believe in me. And I mean, Bobby always did, but sometimes things weren't always in his control.
It's corporate.
Yeah, but we're back on the team again. That was 2019. And then, yeah, it's just like always something, though.
When you make podium and you're holding those like Monster cans or Rockstar cans, is there water in it? Or they're actually...
That's Rockstar.
Like you guys are actually drinking like Rockstar and Monster?
Well, I'm drinking Rockstar.
No, he's drinking Rockstar.
No, I know.
Yeah, well, we don't say the M word around here.
Okay. Yeah. No, but like, is it actually the energy drinks that are in there?
It depends.
Okay, I've always wondered that.
Yeah, ours is Rockstar, but sometimes maybe the Monster cans are water. I'm not sure.
Kobe, are you working with the feds over
here? Yeah, I know.
Kobe's on some Monster energy shit over here.
I have a question though. Prime Dean Wilson, maybe no injuries. It's bound to happen though. How do you think you're matching up to maybe a Chase Sexton today or Jet, Deegan? How are you matching up with those
I don't
guys?
think I'd be as good as those boys, but
that's humble of you though. Where
my era is where I was before all my injuries was with Jason, was with Barsha. Jason Barsha, Baggett. Obviously, he's not racing anymore. Who else is doing well? I don't know. But those are the 2 guys that, like, they were always on the same level, you know, until really I got all my injuries. And then you come to a stage in life for me where like I'm willing to back it down a notch just to, you know, because like I was so sick of getting injured, laying in hospital beds, getting surgeries, laid up, not racing, not getting paid, like all the BS. Like sometimes you just learn, like it's like I'm not pushing it that hard, you know what I mean? Because I just didn't want to get hurt anymore. So once that happens to you, you kind of lose that little edge, you know? So if I never had the injuries, I feel like I'd be right where Jason and Barsha are. But whatever, still doing all right. Still hanging in there.
How much has the sport changed since 2010?
Not a whole lot. Tracks are the same. I mean,
Not a lot of whoops this year, though.
whoops have been pretty lame this year, big time.
Yeah.
Because that's my strong point is the whoops. I love the whoops. And they just cut them back to 9 whoops, which
It was weird.
makes it being a triple. So like guys that cannot ride whoops got away with it so much.
They got
this
off
year.
lucky.
Vial? No, I'm kidding. He could ride them, but
I don't know about how Vial. I think he's all right in the whoops. I'm
no,
not sure.
he is, but
But
it's an
just like-
advantage, I think.
Chirping.
It's just such bummer because like that was my strong suit and like, dude, that's where I just crush guys in the whoops. And then now it's just like, you go into them, bop, 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 and you're out. So
You don't have the advantage.
hopefully, hopefully they change that because that's part of Supercross, you know. But a lot of injuries do happen in the
I
whoops.
saw your recent race in Brazil
Yeah.
on your YouTube. That was sick because you were catching everyone on the
Yeah.
woods in there.
Yeah,
That was so cool.
That was such
track
a fun
was tiny,
race.
dude.
Yeah, it was a fun race though. In Brazil, fans are just massive motorsport fans. Like they just
Really?
love the sport. Like they love all sports, like motorsports. They love, whatever, dirt bikes, MotoGP, F1, like whatever it is. They just love it. So like when I went there, dude, my followers and everything was just boosting because like the Brazil fans were just like massive fans, which was so cool. So I had a lot of fun doing that. That was a last minute trip. I'm actually going back in a week. So it'll be fun. Yeah,
That's
it'll be
so
good.
cool.
It's like that's just what I want to be doing. Like once I'm like at this stage, is just travel, see cool places, race, make some money.
What's
I don't
your
know, just
favorite
have
place?
fun.
Where's your favorite place to travel?
Favorite place? I do enjoy Australia. Australia's pretty cool
Never
because
been there.
the people
Yeah.
are pretty cool. Like Australia, they're pretty funny. They're funny. They're loose. They like to have a good time. It's a nice country. There's some really nice areas. So I quite like going to Australia. So
I've been to, what race did we go to? The one that I went to.
Oh, you're at Paula.
Yeah, we
Oh,
went. We went to Paula. I
He's
see
outdoors.
I see these energy chicks walking around. How do I pick them up, bro?
how do you pick them up?
Yeah, like,
oh man,
give me
you
a
gotta
little game,
You got to
bro.
battle everyone
we have to
else.
be
I got a
factory,
battle.
dude.
Dude,
You got to swing your sword against
Yeah.
everyone else. You know what I mean?
just go out there and rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get
just
'em?
gotta.
Do those girls actually like go for the riders?
Yeah, a lot of them. Well, maybe not. Well, I mean, maybe not so much writers, but definitely like athletes and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them do date the writers or another skateboarder or whatever. Like most of them always tend to be with a writer.
They're
So
about
what?
it.
They're like floating around like when their bikes are getting worked on and
Like
stuff.
Faulkner's with one.
Oh yeah.
Colt Nichols is with one.
They're dropping like flies.
My friend Caleb used to be with one. Like there's just a.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they but I think there is like a clause in there they can't work for Monster if they date a writer.
Oh, really?
But then there's some
Whoa.
that do. So I don't know.
How strict are your sponsors with like your speech and your social media and stuff like that?
No, they don't care because like the reason, like the way I am and like is why I have the sponsors I have and that I have the outreach and the fans is because I'm pretty just like I would say organic or whatever you want to call it. Like I am like how I am now is how I would be if you ran into me wherever, So anyways, I just try to keep it fun and I'm not really like the cookie cutter type, just like what you see is what you get. And that's why I love the UFC because everyone's got their own personality, right? Like, and it's just, they're just humans being normal people where in motocross, it's not so bad now. It's gotten a lot better. But like back 10 years ago, like the corporations would just want to tie you up so much. And you can say this, you can say that, don't say this, don't post that. Like, and just made it boring and they were just very strict.
We noticed that too.
But like now I feel like a lot of more writers are getting more personality, are showing themselves more, which is cool. That's what
It's good for the
brings
sport.
more people into the sport and makes people a fan of you or whatever, you know?
Yeah, we noticed that because we have people coming on our show that are in the UFC, and the things that they say are like completely different to like
Other athletes. 100%.
other athletes, like a guy we just had on the NFL and all that stuff, you know? So it's
Certain stuff is
so
censored.
True.
How much does social media play into sponsorships now in moto?
So for me, it plays a lot because obviously I'm not the winning guy that I used to be. So, I mean, that's just something else, another value that I bring to the table, right? So it's like, okay, make it for US Supercross, top 10 guy, very good following. So like, it's a good value for them. And so it's big for me. And I think it's big in general though. Like even look at Hayden Deegan with his YouTube channel, like, you know, they're killing it with that. And yeah, it's important to get that outreach, and for all your sponsors, they love it, right? Because at the end of the day, the way I always look at it is that you're selling their product, right? They want to sell their product, but sometimes a lot of the more old school, I mean, results is what matters though. They want to win, and winning always sells products too. But if you like Hayden, you're winning and you're like selling products, you're killing it. You're killing it. So
Speaking of Hayden Deegan, how do you think he's going to match up to someone like Jet or Sexton on a 450?
I don't know. It's hard. I've never even seen him ride a 450, but guess we'll see. The thing about Jet and Chase and Hunter and all these guys is, dude, the 450 is heavy. It's a big bike, and like these guys are strong. Especially Chase. He is the strongest guy out there when it comes to like strength. There's no one. I don't think, like if we were all to go to the gym and do a workout, like Chase would smoke everybody. Like he's that strong with all the kettlebells.
Well, yeah,
and like,
I mean,
he's stout. He's a stout boy, you know?
I could take him.
So it's, yeah, I don't know. I think he'll be good on the 450 for sure, but we'll see.
I'm
We'll see.
excited to see it for
Yeah.
sure.
When do you think he'll make that jump?
I mean, he needs to win, right? He needs
Yeah,
to
I
win a
reckon another
championship.
couple years at
Yeah.
least. So, but he's doing a really good job. Really good job. He has a lot of heart. So,
And he's making it entertaining. I like the shit talk back and forth. I saw a video clip actually on TikTok. He's at the club, I guess, because there's a 2-week break.
oh yeah,
Did you see that? The Hymus.
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, the thing about that is like, I like Chance a lot. I like a lot of these guys. So I'm always kind of like stuck in the middle sometimes. But like, yeah, with that thing that we're talking about though, like that wasn't him that did that. So it made him look like, yeah, bring my balls out with the sign Hymus is cooked, right? And that was his buddies that like, hey, to the ball girl, like, hey, put Hymus is cooked on the sign. Like I don't think
and they're
Hayden,
filming him.
Yeah, and then like they were filming his reaction, right? That's what it was. But well, it's keeping it, you know, me getting older now, like I'm here for all the beef and altercations, even if I'm in it, whatever, because it's just like making it entertaining. It's like, you know, it's exciting, right? Like Jason, Jet, they're two of my good friends, like, you know, and when they were beefing this year in Supercross, it was like, I mean, I'm here for it. It's good.
Yeah.
It kept some buzz, right? Like it's exciting. And I still like them both. I'm still not going to treat them, either of them different, you know?
When they're on the
entertainment.
track, are they thinking though, like, I'm going to hit him?
Maybe Jason.
Maybe Jason. He's like Jet's
Jason's
got the
a little
hunter.
sneaky bastard for
Taking
sure.
Jet out.
But no, keeps it exciting, you know?
I
So,
remember that beef.
Yeah.
That was cool.
well, the fans were just so into it. Then it was like Team Fried or Team Jet. And
Yeah.
like,
What
and
team were you,
whatever,
Kyler?
but-
What team am I?
Yeah.
Man. I like El Hombre.
El Hombre.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. No, it's good. It's good. It keeps it exciting. And then you got AP,
What's that kid
who's
has a
crushing
Rolls
it too.
Royce?
And that's
Who, Jet?
Yeah,
That's
that's
Jet has a
insane.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's got a few nice cars.
That's
But
crazy. Double R with the
Jet is
factory
honestly
rims.
such a good, humble kid. It's actually
Really?
insane. Like, dude, he's a really nice kid. And obviously Jason's one of my best friends. So, yeah, it's kind of funny.
Is
Like,
Jet still injured?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's anything that happens that's a little controversial is always exciting,
good,
right? And
too.
sometimes you need the villain. Is it the villain?
Yeah.
Villain.
Yeah, we need a few of them out there, though. Maybe one or two.
You need like a Sean Strickland out there.
That's it. That's it.
Other than Freeze, who do you think the dirtiest rider is in the 450 class?
I don't know.
Barsha's kind of toned it down a little
I forgot
bit.
about Barsha. Oh man,
It's Barsha.
I'm not going to call Barsha dirty anymore because I don't believe he's that dirty. Other than, I just think he's the most aggressive.
Yeah.
But that T-bone on Jet this year, do you remember that? When he T-boned the,
Oh,
but he had
yeah.
Vince right behind him.
Do you think that was, yeah.
He had Vince
yeah.
right, so he's trying to protect his line. And Jet, oh man, that was the worst T-bone
Whose
I've
fault
ever
do
seen.
you think that was?
It's a combination of everyone's.
Because
It's first lap. First laps are hectic.
'Cause you
And
can't
then
blame Barsha
Jet just
fully.
did not expect it. Barsha, I would say it's a little Barsha's fault because it's hard because he was trying to protect his line because he had Freezy coming to break his legs. So like he was trying to protect, and then Jet, it was just all bad timing.
One of those situations.
Bad timing. And
Jet kind of cut down too.
Jet cut down a little bit, and it was
Yeah.
just bad timing. So yeah, it was that was gnarly, but
Those races
I
are
don't know.
hectic.
I have a question too of it's my dream to race Supercross. I know it'll probably never happen, but how many years do you think it would take someone like me who's just like really shit on a dirt bike to go and ride a Supercross track without getting hurt?
Oh, so you race Supercross or ride Supercross?
Both.
Well, racing, you got to earn your way there, though. That's the
Okay.
thing. So you can't just show up to Supercross since you can ride it and race. You got to like get points and like.
I know.
So
Gotta
I
get
don't
my
know.
AMA card.
I'd have to see you riding first.
Dude.
You don't want
But-
to see that. No.
Nah, I'll
I don't know.
hold my
I
own.
think
I'm
you
not
might,
that bad.
I hate to bust your dream, but you might be too late. You might be too late.
I bet my dad.
That is my question. Like, is it too late? Could I ride? I'm 22.
Yeah.
What if I
If you were just
rode
married
hard
to the
for-
game for like
like
2
every,
years.
What if
every
I'm
day.
30?
every day and night, like
Crazy.
you maybe could make some big gains, but I'm not sure.
What
You
if I'm
might-
30 though? Like that's 8 years, and I don't get injured for those 8 years, and I'm actually going. I try to go once a week.
Yeah.
Which is probably not enough, but is it possible?
I mean, that would be up
Nah.
to you, but it's highly unlikely. Let's just say that.
Dude, my goal. I want to get in there, then get the Monster Energy chick. Like,
And just have
You
a
want
fit.
the whole
get out of there.
package.
I want the whole package,
Yeah.
dude.
Yep.
It would make
Never,
it.
gotta
that's
put in the
never
time,
gonna
bro.
happen, dude.
God, it's my dream.
Gotta
Though.
go to the bar down the street.
No, dude,
Yeah. Facts.
Never gonna happen.
Who do you think you've learned the most from throughout your career?
Learned.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like a guy that picks up things from everybody, right? Like I've had a few trainers throughout my career, and I've learned a lot from every single one of them. And then, there's people that when I was younger, I used to like to watch Stephen Everts. You guys have no idea.
I
who
have
that is.
I don't know who that is.
How old are you guys?
22.
23, 24.
So wait, what year were you born then?
2000.
Oh shit.
02.
Damn.
01.
Damn. So anyway, Stephen Everts was like the OG in Europe, and he wouldn't sit down ever. He'd literally stand up around the whole track and he'd wax everyone.
Wow.
Just like stand up for like 2 40-minute moments. It was sick. So I'd always try to emulate his style. And so we would like I said, we would go to the hills in the morning, and I would stand up, do 20-minute motos standing up, and like, dude, your back is burning because you're just building those muscles. And that's something that Jet does very well, is standing up. But I used to try to emulate, Stephen Everts, and then like I used to like Filippo a lot on his 250 because he'd be like just off the back, like getting traction to the rear wheel, and I was really good at that too. So like I had like a hybrid that I would always kind of try to replicate. But I had a lot of people help me out through my career that helped me,
Why
That's
is dirt bike not in the Olympics?
I was gonna say that too.
Don't know. I mean, that's what Motocross of Nations is, but
Didn't they
I don't
just
know,
put
it's
skateboarding in?
UFC ain't in the
No.
Oh, that's
Wrestling
true too.
is, though.
Wrestling is, yeah.
But didn't they just put skateboarding in there?
Yeah.
There's some weird
Yeah.
sports in the Olympics too, where it's like how often
Shackler is
Yeah.
commentating.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. Motocross and Olympics would be sick, but I'll be bummed. I
Yeah.
missed that window.
Yeah. Right.
But,
Do you want to tell that story or off the pod?
Yeah,
Off
I'll tell
pod.
him off the pod. I'll tell him off
There's
the
a
pod.
funny story with Ryan Sheckler. This
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Can't say it on here.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck. What do you think though it'll take to grow this sport even bigger, because it's still such a small world?
Yeah, it is. I don't know, because you look at yesterday. I was on YouTube and F1 highlights were up, right? It was up for like 2 hours, and it had 3.1 million views. And then I go to watch like a Supercross highlights or outdoors, and it's like maybe 350K, which is actually decent numbers for them on like YouTube. But like, how do we get to the F1 level is the question.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to have more mainstream sponsors, you know? I mean, we have energy drinks, which is cool, but like, I don't know. I really don't know how to bring your average fan. But the thing is like, you know, football, you can just go to Walmart and buy a football, right?
Yes.
Like it's more...
It's more relatable.
Right. As a fan, you want to go to the dirt bike store and spend 13 grand on it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not
450,
tangible.
like,
To just pick up.
yeah. So
I
that
think
could
it will.
be the problem.
I
but
think it will get more popular though, as there's like electric bikes and things.
you could
now.
be right, because I see these Surons
Bro.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I don't even know how everyone affords them. Like,
Yeah, they're not cheap.
I
the new
really
guy.
think that this electric bike era or generation
Will transfer.
will transfer, because all those kids want to get dirt bikes,
Right.
but they're still so young.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's gonna help it.
it could help for
You're
sure.
right.
It just sucks no like noise.
Yeah.
That's what makes it cool. Like,
Yeah.
whoop section, dart, you know?
Yeah.
Even the
Electric
shifting
bikes,
a
just like,
gear.
oh, here's the chain slapping.
What about those little pit bike races? Those little tiny ones that they do. Have you seen those? What are those?
Yeah.
Those are crazy.
Those
Kobe-
get pretty.
Kobe
wants to
get out on
that's
a
not
pit
really
bike?
happened too
No,
much,
I haven't
does it?
seen one in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't even. I
The
don't
pit
even
bike
know.
There
how
used to
to
be
ride a
some
bike.
big
on.
purse money for that too.
Yeah.
For the
Wow.
pit bike stuff. back
That's
in the day.
crazy.
It's not
But-
too popular anymore.
No.
Bring it back.
No, I don't know what happened, but like from like 05 to 2013, the pit bike scene was insane. It was huge, but now it's kind of died off a bit. I feel like.
Yeah.
Dang.
Any last words, Dino, to the people? Any special message? What could they look forward to you maybe doing, or what's next?
It's coming up
What's
for Mr. Wilson.
next? Yeah, so we got Brazil in a couple weeks, and then hoping to do more of a world tour the next couple years. Kind of just cruise around, race some fun races. So maybe coming to a country near you.
Yes,
And
sir.
then what else? I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
No, dude. Thank you.
Get your
so
merch, DeanWilson15.com.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
link everything below.
Link in
We'll
the
put it in the
description.
description.
But
No,
thank
but
you.
thanks for having me.
Oh,
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Thank you for
Thank
it,
you
bro.
for
This was
coming.
Yeah,
so
no
Thank you,
awesome.
worries.
Dino.
No worries. Had a good time.
That was awesome. But thank you guys so much for watching. Everything's going to be linked below. Please watch his races, watch everything.
Subscribe.
And subscribe, like this video, and
Hit
we'll
that
see
button.
you guys next week.
Peace.
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 See ya.